Yes guys, I'm here at Hackletons Cliff, which is in St. John, between St. John and St. Joseph. I will take you guys around the cliff and then bring you back to this beautiful scenic point, our vantage point here. I'm heading in the northerly direction now, overlooking the northeastern section of Hackletons Cliff, of the east coast, sorry. Again, Hackletons Cliff borders St. John and St. Joseph. Greater part is in St. John, and the other half is in St. Joseph. Hackletons Cliff is mostly in Malvern, St. John, and is also a part of the Scotland district. Looking in a northerly direction towards St. Andrew and St. Joseph, we can see all into Springfield and Coconut Grove in St. Joseph, and up to Bissett's Hill, upper parts and lower parts, and Saddleback Ridge, which is in St. Joseph, all in the Scotland district, and Chalky Mount here. It is referred to as Chalky Mount because the hills there are made of clay, and they are made of clay, and that is where you get the utensils to make the pottery at chalk. To make the utensils at pottery, that's where you get that's where the material for make the utensils at Chalky Mount pottery is from. Chalky Mount pottery is run by a guy by the name of Mr. John Springer. I think the name changed to Highland pottery. Chalky Mount pottery lost its roof due to Hurricane Elsa last year. I'm not sure if it's open back yet. And next door to Chalky Mount, which is also a part of Chalky Mount, is the Sleeping Giant. It is referred to as the Sleeping Giant because of its shape, with a giant laying on its back with a leaf formation or something like that in its mouth. The name Scotland District came about because of its resemblance to the Scotland countryside. The Scotland District resembles Scotland in England, and it is also the part of the island with the most hills. So when you venture through St. Andrew and St. Joseph, you'll be treated to nothing but hills. And landslides as well occur in these parishes, St. Andrew and St. Joseph, especially in St. Andrew with White Hill. White Hill is just in the Hillaby area. Landslide, people have been complaining for years about the conditions of the land and the slipping and so on. Hillaby and White Hill, that area, have lots of landslides. And some of the people have to even relocate to different locations, but some of them don't want to leave. Some of them are comfortable where they are in White Hill. And also in Baxter's and that part of St. Andrew has landslides as well. That's why St. Saviour's Church, the old St. Saviour's Church, had to close down and be pushed down. St. Joseph Parish Church is also in the Scotland District, and also a part of Hackletons Cliff, on the northern end of Hackletons Cliff. And that church had to be closed down in June 2011 because of the condition of the land as well. The land is slipping and sinking. That is why the church had to close. The year after it was closed, which was 2012, it closed in 2011, and by 2012 this was planned to demolish it, but the residents in St. Joseph made noise and protested that they don't want it knocked down, so they decided to keep it there. So the church is just there standing on Horse Hill, crumbling in a state of disrepair, and no one can go inside. So all the equipment had to be taken out of the church, and the church is just left there as a ruin, as a historical artifact. You can see all down to St. Elizabeth village as well, which is in St. Joseph, leading into Bathsheba. And we can see the Ermybourne Highway, which is known as the East Coast Road. The Ermybourne Highway was named after Miss Ermyntrude Bourne from St. Andrew. I'm not sure, I can't remember what she did for the parish of St. Andrew, but I think she was a member of parliament or a senator or something. I think she was. But the Ermybourne Highway was opened officially in 1966. That is the connection from St. Joseph to St. Andrew, mostly from Bathsheba side, heading to take it into St. Andrew, along Barclays Park and that area. That is all on the Ermybourne Highway and the East Coast Beach. And 1966 was also the year that Barbados received independence. Barbados became an independent nation on the 9th of 30th of November 1966. So we're looking in a northerly direction towards the Scotland District. And we can see Barclays Park Beach, known as the East Coast Road, East Coast Beach. So when you hear the name East Coast, you know that it's Barclays Park Beach, even though that's not the whole East Coast. When somebody says in Barbados, we get known by the East Coast, they mean Barclays Park Beach in St. Andrew. That's where they used to hold the last lap for crop over. Crop over is our carnival here in Barbados. The Sunday before the Kaduma. Kaduma is the carnival, the main day, the last day for crop over. Right now we are getting ready for crop over, because crop over is a summer festival. Crop over is held every summer. The main day is Kaduma Day, which is the first Monday in August. And the Friday before the Monday will be the 4th morning, where they will be dancing and whining and playing calypso and soca music from 1 o'clock in the morning till about when the sun comes up. And we can see all out to Bathsheba with Catterwash and George River and the Farmer Edgewater Hotel. And we can see Soup Bowl as well, which is north of Bathsheba. All in the Bathsheba community in St. Joseph on the East Coast. And Bathsheba itself, we can see the farmer, you can see New Hillcrest Community Center. And they're looking in a southerly direction now towards Tent Bay and Martins Bay. All these benches here, these tabletops, see Hackletons Cliff. It's getting late, so I will make this my last video before I head back to the road bus stop. This bench here is donated by E.W. Wood Classic and Barbados Hiking Association. This is all Hackletons Cliff. This is all Malvern and St. John. And the sign here says Hackletons Cliff Community Park, where beauty meets serenity. Donated by the Barbados Foundation and sign sponsored by the Sign Depot at Wilding Main Road in St. Michael. And this is the contribution box where you can place your contribution to keep to the tour of this tourist attraction. And this sign here says, beneath your feet are 3 burial vaults containing the remains of the Hackleton, Forster, Cox and Crotopher families, dated from circa 1685. Please spare them a thought as you gaze at this spectacular view of our East Coast and treat this area with respect. From church burial registers and various publications, it is believed that the following persons are interred in these vaults: Mr. Thomas Forster before 1685, Mr. Thomas Forster 1685, Thomas Hackleton circa 1690, Isaac Tarp Forster 1775, Margaret Cott 1793, Alexander McLean 1793, Elizabeth Harbin Harper 1795, James William Cott 1795, and Mary Woodard 1826. Looking back to Bathsheba, which is on the East Coast, in the parish of St. Joseph and the New Hillcrest Community Center, which was opened on the 2nd of June 2022 by the Prime Minister, Mia Amar Martley, and the Member of Parliament for this parish, the parish of St. Joseph, Dale Marshall. Kudos to them for opening the New Hillcrest Community Center. That project was taken out by the Hackleton Construction Company, which was owned by Warren Buffett. He said he would have taken young budget with the most on the block and given the job of constructing the New Hillcrest Community Center, which is just beneath Andromeda Gardens. We can see Andromeda Gardens from here as well, which is above Bathsheba, uphill from Bathsheba. Hackletons Cliff is uphill from Bathsheba as well. Andromeda Gardens is uphill from Bathsheba, up Beechmount Hill, and it was founded by the late Iris Banorchi, who was a horticulturist. Born in 1914 and died in 1988. She is also buried in St. John Parish Churchyard. St. John Parish Church is also part of Hackletons Cliff on the southern end of Hackletons Cliff. St. John Parish Church, you will come across St. John's Parish Church, which gives awesome views of the East Coast as well. We can see all into Martins Bay, which is in St. John on the East Coast. And Martins Bay is a fishing village, and we can see Bath Beach on the east coast as well in the parish of St. John. And by the way, that is where the train used to travel between 1881 and 1937. The train that used to run from Bridgetown to Belle Plaine in St. Andrew, it used to run through Concept Bay in St. John, all on the east coast. The entire east coast, Concept Bay in St. John, Bath Beach, which is also in St. John, Martins Bay, Tent Bay. Tent Bay is also part of Bathsheba in St. Joseph. Tent Bay run through Bathsheba, run over George River Bridge into along the East Coast Road, and we end at Belle Plaine in St. Andrew. Belle Plaine is the capital of St. Andrew, where you will come across the Allen Secondary School, which is one of Barbados' top all the secondary schools, and also they will come across the St. Andrew Parish Church as well. St. Philip is southeast, but you can't see St. Philip from here. But most of the time when you go to look at the east coast, you can see a part of St. Philip with the East Point Lighthouse and the Crane Beach, all that is in St. Philip. St. Philip, I don't really do St. Philip that much, like how I do the other parishes, but I will soon do with St. Philip. You can see along to Andromeda Gardens as well, again. Down Beachmont Hill, the hill leading into Bathsheba, and down to Foster Hall. Foster Hall borders St. John and St. Joseph as well. And the Martins Bay area, that is where the Martins Bay bus turns around. You can see all out to Martins Bay again. So this is looking southeast now. And all beneath here is Hackletons Cliff. This is where the white people settle. That's the parish of St. John. St. John is the parish where most of the Barbadian white people originated from, such as the Goddards, that own the Goddard group of companies and the Goddard supermarket. And also Quarter Garage, they own Quarter Garage. Quarter is the agents for Nissan vehicles in Barbados. They're also from St. John, got the Goddards, and Kiffin Simpson, the guy who owns Simpson Motors. Simpson Motors also a car dealership that is the agents. Their main agents is Suzuki, but they also specialize in Isuzu, Chevrolet, and Mercedes-Benz. Simpson Motors is in Warrens. And Henry Fraser, who was a professor, he's also from St. John as well. And also some other white people too numerous to mention, but most of them originated from this parish. Some people refer to them as poor whites or redlegs. But this is all Hackletons Cliff in St. John, between St. John and St. Joseph. The greater part is in St. John, and the other half is in St. Joseph. Looking northeasterly again towards St. Andrew and St. Joseph in the Scotland district, and in the southerly direction now towards St. John. St. John is not much of the Scotland district. The only part of St. John that is Scotland district is Martins Bay and Hackletons Cliff, and this area is the Scotland district. You can even see the bus going down into Bathsheba now. So you can get a clear view from Bathsheba from here, with the rock formations in the sea, like the music rocks and the singing rocks and the lion rocks and so on. Certain parts of the east coast is not fit for bathing, especially when you go to the northern side of Bathsheba, like Cattle Wash, and going across to the east coast road, and that area is not fit for bathing. Strong currents and high tides, and lots of people drown there. Bathsheba can be strong sometimes, but at times, but not as strong as the other part, going down to the north. You can see all of the Pico Tenerife in St. Lucie, which is further north. But the side, like going back to like Bath Beach and that area, is rather calm. And Martins Bay is rather calm at times. And it's mostly a fishing village, like I said before. So thanks for watching. And again, there's a candle. I'm out.